Now, if you're going to be working with a number of different projects, pretty much within the same kind of time frame, maybe you got 5 or 6 going in the next 5 or 6 months, let's just say, and they're all going to be kind of overlapping with each other and so forth, but you've got them as separate files, okay? Now, you want to come up with a way where you can access all of those files from one single master project screen, let's say, all right? And from that screen, you can interact with any of the projects that you have inserted in there, and you can make changes to them, and they'll automatically update to the original files that are out there that they're linked to. You'll be able to go in there and change relationships. You can add or remove resources. You can do everything that you normally would be able to do within the actual file itself. You can do from the master list. It's very, very cool. So show you quickly how to make this all happen. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to have a blank project screen. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and start one like this, right? Then you'll go over to the task name area. You'll go over into the project tab, and you'll click on to sub-project. You'll then navigate to wherever that first file is at. Now, what I did here is I pretty much just made duplicates of the 3 that we used in the last video, and pretty much we're going to pretend like they're all separate projects like they were up there. So we're going to say, okay, first of all, I want to bring in the first one here. So I'll double click that one. That does that for me. I can go in there and I can kind of rename this. I can just call this one maybe phase 1. All right. And I can skip a row, just give some space in there. Go back to the sub project. Go to number 2. Double click that one. Go back in here and just kind of rename this one to phase 2. And skip another line, and then again we'll bring in the third one, and that will also be called phase 3. All right, so we'll do that. Oop. All right, there we go. All right, and you can add some spacing in there too if you want to. Just double click these. All right, now in order to display the content, what we're going to do is we're going to click the first one here, right on this little arrowed latch here. When we click it, it's going to want to know if you want to open up the resource pool, and that's because if you want to maybe work with assigning resources and things like that to any of these projects, you'll be able to do so. So we'll say sure. Hit OK on that one. It opens up. We'll scroll down a little bit. We'll do it to the second one here, and we'll do the third one. There we go. Now, it didn't prompt us on those because we had already opened it up with the first one, with that resource sheet, that pool. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll go back into resource, assign resources, and there's our resource window. All right. Now, when you click onto this here, then you'll see all the resources appear. All right. So we can go in there and we can add resources. So I'll just give you a little idea here. Let me first of all go back to task here and hit the scroll to, so I can bring up the bars here, okay? So for this first one here, I'm going to go ahead and just assign maybe clutch cargo here. All right, so I'll click on the clutch, hit assign, there it is, okay? Now, the reason why it came up with an overallocation error here is because clutch is being used in another project. Now, it's not in any of these 3 that we have here. Where it's being used is actually in the resource pool files that we're working with in the last video. So and that's because we're all sharing the same resource pool, right? Okay, so that was a mistake on my part. What I'll do is I'll just hit remove on that one, and I'll try Gomez here and see if Gomez will get away with Gomez. And there we did. All right. So there's Gomez, and he's been applied now to that particular task. Now, if I go down to the next project, and I'll go to project or to task CA here, and let's say that I go in there and I click on to Gomez, right? And I hit assign, then I'm going to get the over allocation. Why? Well, because I used Gomez up here. All right. So it's pretty cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit remove, and that'll remove them from there. What I'd want to do, and this is the whole reason why we have the resource pool, so that we can, you know, make sure that we're not using the same resource at the same time slot, you know, date and time slot. So what I could do is I could be on this one here. I can go up into my available to work and make that, I'll set that for 6D, all right? And of course, then that's going to list out only those resources that I've got available, right? You know, for this time slot. So I can say, well, okay, I'll go with Ray Donovan, click on to assign, set, no problem. So that's pretty much how that works. The other thing you can do too is you can actually link between projects. So you could say, well, on the phase 1 project here, for the second task here, the AB task, I like to link that. So I'm going to take it from here. I'm going to link it over to CA of the other project right here. Do that, and voila. And of course there I'm going to run into probably an overallocation with Ray, because of course we've moved over the task and we've gone into another little scenario there. So what I'm going to do in that case is I'm going to, you know, click into here, go back into my resource. I'm going to say level all, and that will just extend that further out there. All right. So if you look over here, it just kind of shifted it over. All right. So there we go. So that looks good, and that's pretty much how it works. So and then once you've done all this, you can just close everything up. Make sure you save it. All right, because, you know, save your changes to this one especially, and kind of go from there. So hopefully this will come in handy for what you're working with your projects. I appreciate you watching the video. Take care.